Ex-wife came out as lesbian and left my daughters and I 3 years ago. Now she's back. 3 years ago my wife came out as lesbian after we'd been together for many years. In fact, our oldest daughter was 14 at the time and my youngest was 10. Our life was good. Both my wife and I worked, so we had stable finances and I thought we were happy. That was until one evening my wife sat us down and explained that she was in love with a female colleague from her workplace. She decided that she wanted to be with her. She said she was sorry but she had to find out who she was and that would only be possible if she'd let her old life behind. On that day she left us and cut contact. The world fell apart for my daughters and I. I knew that I now had to take care of my daughters all by myself. I was in a state of depression for a long time but I kept fighting for my daughters. I would try to reach my wife for support but every attempt to contact her failed. Luckily I was eventually able to find a better paying job that made it possible for me to give them the world. My daughters had good grades in school and I knew that our life would soon be better again. But once in a while when I took my youngest daughter to bed she asked if I would leave them like mom. I hugged her and gave her a kiss on the forehead. I promised her that I would never leave them and that I loved them more than anything in the world. I was so angry at my ex-wife because she was the one that gave her those feelings. Fast forward to a few weeks ago, my daughters and I were sitting in the living room and I told them that because Christmas was next month, they should write down what they wanted for the holidays. My oldest daughter is now 17 and my youngest is now 13. While they were busy writing, the doorbell rang and I wondered who it was. When I opened the door, I froze in shock. It was my ex-wife with a big smile on her face. She said she was happy to see me and tried to hug me but I refused. My oldest daughter then came up behind me and asked me who it was. When she saw her mother, her facial expression immediately changed. I've never seen her so angry. My ex-wife tried to apologize and she wanted to hug her but my daughter pushed her away and shouted at her to leave. She told her that she never ever wants to see her again. Then my youngest daughter also joined us. She just got angry and turned around and went to her bedroom. Then my oldest one followed her to comfort her. From the look on her face, I knew my ex-wife was ashamed. I asked her what she wanted. She said that the last 3 years weren't good years for her. She constantly thought of her daughters and wanted to see them again but for some reason she never came by because she was expecting this exact response from them. She asked if I could talk to them. I told her that I could tell them she was sorry and let them decide but I will not push them into doing anything they don't wanna. She was okay with that and left. She also left me her new number to contact her. I then went into my daughter's room. She was crying in the arms of her older sister. I told them what their mother had told me. I told them that if they'd want to meet her, they could do that. It would be okay for me. My oldest daughter said that she cannot forgive her for doing what she did and that I was everything they needed. It felt good to hear this. Really good. I always thought that being a single parent would mean that I might never be enough for my children but hearing this made me so happy. My youngest daughter then said that she always thought she missed her mother but now that she had seen her again, she never wanted to see her again. I texted my ex-wife about that. She read it but didn't respond. However, she didn't give up that easily. She showed up to our house once more while my daughters played ping pong outside. I was in the living room watching TV when I suddenly heard loud shouting outside of the house.